Hey guys, welcome to another video with Quinta dos Covões. Today we want to show you what has been happening here the last year. We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary. We moved 1 year ago from near Lisbon here to the north of Portugal. One of the first projects we accomplished was removing an old roof that was here falling apart. We have been discussing quite some time if we should keep the roof, keep it as a parking place, but it was really hard to actually recover the whole building. I will show you some photos. So we just kept these old beams here. Built this fence up here to have some visual protection also for and from the neighbor. Built this picnic bench. There are some lights. I can also show you some pictures how this looks. It's so beautiful in the night. And we are able to cover it here for additional shade because in summer it's really, really hot around here. Then we put here a camper van for some guests to stay with us because our house is very, very tiny. Here we use the natural shade from these trees and build a wall just from some cut wood to store our wood for winter and some tools that are needed up here. The wall here is removed because we were running out of firewood, but we will need to restore that as well. Up here we have our very small vineyard. Last year we were very unsuccessful. We had 0 grapes from our own vineyard. This year we will try to do that again. We have a friend helping us to prune. They opened already the earth to get more nutrition. We really don't know anything about wine, so that might be also the reason why we were very unsuccessful. Another unsuccessful thing were these hazelnuts. We have been doubting for quite some time if they are hazelnuts. They didn't have any nuts last year, but we found some old traces of hazelnuts. So we pruned them. Maybe nutrition was also here an issue, and we try again this year. That's the roots from the invasive mimosa tree. So we had also that issue that a lot of the vines were overgrown and undergrown from the roots from the mimosa tree. So when we had the excavator here, they helped us removing the old mimosa roots. When we came here, this was all overgrown, especially with passion fruit. First, we were super happy to discover that we do have passion fruit here. just then to realize in summer that it was like the yellow kind of passion fruit that is tasting like nothing really. So we cut them down and we planted two dark maracujas. I don't know if there's a difference between passion fruit and maracuja. Um, but yeah, that we have the dark ones now and see how they hopefully will be growing this year. Actually, here we can show another failure. We were super excited at this point last year, and we bought a bunch of trees, a bunch of little plants in the local market, including raspberries. We put horse shit as a fertilizer directly on the ground, did not let it rest, and put the plants right on top of it. I guess some of you might know they died immediately. They kind of burned, and we had to do everything again. We were very sad, but this was a lesson learned. And now, but we did have, I think we had one raspberry from that plant. I hope we are a bit more successful this year. Come to our private garden patch. It's right in front of our house. We have here, usually in summer, our sitting area. It's a project that we were thinking about doing something bigger, building a roof, building a pergola, building our own furniture again, like we did up there. But summer was approaching and we still didn't have furniture, and we had so many projects to do that we just went ahead, bought very cheap furniture to last us maybe the next 2-3 years, so that this can be a project for a later point in time. Right now, we are quite happy this is working. It gives us shadow. Mostly, it's not too windy to open the umbrella, and we just enjoy our summer dinners, especially. This is one of our latest projects. We had our private vegetable garden just without a fence the entire summer. Perfect. And when we got the chickens, I think in June or July, um, our harvest was slowly decreasing because they ate all the leaves and the plants could not thrive as well. So after summer, we built this fence to protect from the chickens. It looks a bit wobbly, but that's on purpose so they cannot fly and sit on top and then jump in. Because we have tried some other protection methods, and actually, when they can sit on top, they will also enter. That's the problem that we had with our pumpkin patch. Now we have here a few plants that are hopefully giving us some harvest now in early spring. We were a bit late to plant all these. A fence that is definitely not helping to protect from chickens. And also this one was not helping because they can jump in from there, they jump from the compost. but we will probably still try to use it this summer again for pumpkins. Let's see. And here was our very, very first project to compost our kitchen scraps, to really reuse and recycle as much as we can. And we built this 3-bucket system to regularly turn it over. The idea was to turn it over regularly. We were very curious and we watched a lot of YouTube videos how to do a compost. We did not regularly turn it over. It's still nice to have 3 buckets. What are you doing now? And here we have our super beautiful chicken bungalow. It's a villa, their apartment for 5 chickens. It's quite spacious. They enjoy it a lot. I cannot currently open the door, I think. I cannot. So here we have our compost. That's where we put the water extension. And now we have here this protected area. Let's see if these pumpkins survive. They have been eating them. Here, oh god, poor guys. And they have been now jumping on top there to eat my pumpkin. These ones are great. They have not been eaten on, but this is Hokkaido and there was a watermelon, a very poor watermelon, and the Hokkaido, I was hoping, it's the one I like most to cook with. But they're super cool with people. It's not as soon as we are near, they're coming closer, they're going further into the garden. Oh, yeah, you can eat these. They all died. They have some old branches to sit on and the nest boxes. They have a lot of space, but they decide all to lay eggs in the exact same spot. It opens here and we can, oh, there they are, 5 eggs. And they always lay in the same one. It was quite an adventure in the beginning when they decided to start laying eggs and they did not know to use the nesting box. And we discovered over 20 eggs in the forest after a chicken got lost. The story is also there in an old video. I will link it for you. And here you can stay tuned for an update, what we are going to do with this small coop. We got it for free. It just appeared on Facebook Marketplace, so we got it. We are thinking about having ducks, but there's so much going on that we did not do anything with it yet. So here's our house where we live. And down here we have another bathroom that we updated a little bit to use for guests or when we are having celebrations. I will show you some photos how it looked before, and this is a beautiful after. So this is our community room. We also use it occasionally to meet with friends or have our birthday parties because our house is very small. We have here a big fireplace that is luckily heating our bedroom. So the chimney goes up there. We occasionally, every other day now in winter, we heat down here to have our house dry and heated. The biggest update for this room was to remove the old toxic wooden beams. The previous owners who built it used the beams from the railroads that are treated with toxic oil that was giving a horrendous smell. We could not be in this room without having the doors open, and even then it smelled really bad. When updating it, we decided to go with only half of the wooden beams, not to go to the ceiling anymore. And this has been an amazing change. The room looks much brighter, looks much more open than before. Obviously, also because of the color, but I think the removing half of the beams was a really, really clever choice for this room.